flounder genes and fish genes combined with the egg of who knows what, a dinosaur?
Sure, flounder. Flounder is used in GMO, flounder genes. And this becomes an ethical question now. If I'm a vegetarian, whether religiously or whatever, right? Page 1, right, in the guidebook says that we cannot prohibit free speech or religion. And I'm a vegetarian by religion, and I'm eating a tomato that's been spliced with a flounder gene. Suddenly it's not a tomato anymore. Okay? So there's a big, and yes, you're absolutely right. We use bacteria, viruses, and what happens is, while we're on GMO tangent here, it came about that if you had soybeans and you sprayed pesticide, a weed killer on it, the soybeans would die too. So if we can create something that was Roundup ready, okay? That's what it was called, Roundup ready. We can create a soybean and we can spray Roundup on, kill the weeds, but not kill the soybeans. Sounded like a great idea. Well, what happened now is the weeds have adapted to the Roundup, or whatever weed killer it is, and now we have super weeds. And these super weeds are getting out into the forests. They're escaping, so to speak. And now they have no natural predators. We've altered the whole ecosystem with this stuff. Yes?
There are 2 documentaries out there that scare the bejeebies out of me, to sort of say. One is called The Future of Food. I think it's about 2004 it was made. I don't know where I've been for the last 6 years. If anybody wants to watch it, it's free on the internet. And it'll tell you all about this Monsanto deal and the GMOs. Also, the other one I think is called The World According to Monsanto.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure of that.
Yeah.
I only saw that last week. It's even worse than the original one.
Well, aspartame is also made by your favorite company.
I didn't know that, but it...
Yeah, they did a movie called Sweet Misery, and I was in it actually. They asked me to be one of the speakers in it, on how dangerous these genetically modified foods are. So Sweet Misery.
Sweet Misery, is it on the internet?
It should be.
Sweet Misery.
If not, it's at my house.
This is almost off the subject, but do you know what the leading cause of death in the 20th century was throughout the world?
I'm going to guess you say malpractice, but...
No, actually it was being killed by your own government.
Okay.
We should be a tyranny as a health problem.
Well, that's a big issue. That's why I'm trying to teach you to take care of yourself. I don't want you to become part of statistics. I don't want you spending 16% of your take-home pay on doctor's bills. If I gave everybody in this room right now, if I could decree everyone gets a 16% take-home pay raise, you'd like me, right? I'd be your new best friend. Everybody takes home 16% more. Well, if you're not spending 16% of your gross domestic products on health care, sick care, you just got a 16% raise, didn't you?
And if you live longer, you can vote him out more often.
There's a lot of reasons to stay healthy, isn't there? It's cheaper. Nothing else is cheaper. It's a lot more fun to be healthy than to be sick.
What do you think about the ubiquitous use of soy in foods?
I am not a big fan of soy unless it's fermented. Okay, fermented soy like miso, tempeh. What happens is there's a chemical in soy called protease inhibitor. Protease inhibitor prevents protease, which is a digestive enzyme, from breaking it down and digesting it. That's why when you eat soy, you get the gas from bloating, the problem with the soy. So I am not a big fan of soy unless it's genetically modified. Unless it's genetically modified. Eat more of that. We're gonna erase that. Unless it's fermented soy, organic fermented soy. So if you're going to eat soy, please make sure it's organic. If you're going to eat soy, it's better to have it fermented. It's used everywhere because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've known 2 people personally that have had depressed thyroid function from eating too much.
Yes, it can depress the thyroid. It can affect hormone swings. Okay, but a lot of beans have phytoestrogens in them. Soybeans just happen to have a lot more. So I'm not a big fan of soy, but if you're going to do it, make sure it's organic, and that should solve that problem. Yes.
Is tofu in that same
Yes.
class?
Tofu is still in there. If you're going to do it, make sure it's organic, but better not to do it. But tempeh is a form of fermented soy that I have no problem digesting. It has a lot better flavor. You make tempeh bacon, which tastes great.
Where do you get this?
Stevia?
Yeah,
I got it from my briefcase.
specific brand.
Oh, no. That brand specifically, that's my favorite brand, by the way, too, so I'm glad they give it to me with the samples. Whole Foods carries it. Harry's Whole Foods, they carry it.
And then second question, what's your opinion on things like probiotics or supplemental probiotics?
Huge fan of probiotics, okay? And what happens is probiotics are bacteria. You have over 100 different types of bacteria that live in your colon. Okay, those are called probiotics. Now, interesting, let's look at the word. Pro meaning in favor of, right? And biotic meaning life. What's the opposite of probiotics? Antibiotics. Okay? So just the word itself should give you something. So with the probiotics, I'm a huge fan of them. The problem is if you're eating a lot of foods with antibiotics, it's killing the probiotics. Not just oral antibiotics, sometimes they're necessary to save your life, but what about meats, dairy products, loaded with antibiotics?
Do you have any recommended brands?
Of probiotics? Well, actually, I'm a fan of probiotics. You have to take them first thing in the morning, before your stomach acid goes high, because the stomach acid will kill the probiotics. It's a bacteria, it'll kill the bacteria. So if you're going to do probiotics, I recommend not yogurt, but actually a probiotic pill. Jarrow is a good brand, Jarrow. I like that brand. Any good health food store, Life Grocery in Marietta, I love shopping there. Return to Eden, Whole Foods, they carry good brands. Take it first thing in the morning and wait about a half hour before you eat or drink anything. You're going to get way more bang for your buck. There's also something called prebiotics. Prebiotics feed the probiotics. It's fertilizer, if you will. Prebiotics come from fruits and vegetables, okay, called fructooligosaccharides. But you can get that from eating good fruits and vegetables, good leafy salads.
Should probiotics be, when you buy them, they should be refrigerated as well?
Refrigerated is usually the best way, but they have ways to freeze dry and they just reactivate themselves, yeah. But you want to get a good brand, okay? I always say if you're buying the cheapest brand, you're not getting the best in supplements, okay? Don't go to the big mega stores and buy your supplements, okay? Yeah, okay.
What kind of distillation or filtration does it take to get fluoride out of the water?
I like reverse osmosis is my favorite. And distillation is best, then reverse osmosis, okay? And then any filter is better than no filter. In my house, I have a filter in my basement. It's about this big. Everything filters, because even toilet water, if it has fluoride and chloride is being released into the air, it evaporates. I filter everything. Okay. So reverse osmosis, distillation is best but not practical. Reverse osmosis is more practical. So to make it practical, get a reverse osmosis, go to Home Depot, Lowe's, put it under your kitchen sink. This is the first step. And then at least filter the water you drink and wash your fruits and vegetables with. Okay? And then ultimately the whole house filter. And is there?
Well, I think he had said.
Okay, go ahead.
What's your opinion, going off this question about probiotics and supplements, your opinion of the, I guess they call them greens, they're like compressed fruits and vegetables, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. In fact, two of my supplements that I created are concentrated fruits and vegetables. Yeah, greens. Okay, and I'm a big fan of wheatgrass, watergrass, alfalfa grass, dulse, spirulina, chlorella, which brings the best source of omega-3 fatty acids in the world, is algae. Okay, and I drink algae every day in a green drink. That sounds disgusting, but it has no flavor really. Yeah.
I had heard somebody mention at one point if you're drinking distilled water because it removes so much from the water that it actually will supposedly leach.
It'll leach a little bit of stuff, but it leaches out a lot of bad stuff too. So that's the least of your concerns. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Minerals found in, spring water, and you take those out as well. You still have to eat healthy.
Well, the thing is that most of the minerals in water come from rocks and what's called inorganic minerals. You want the organic minerals from fruits and vegetables. So a tomato can take an inorganic iron and convert it into organic iron. So you're getting your minerals from fruits and vegetables. Water is not a good source of nutrition. Okay, it's a good source of water, but it's not a good source of vitamins, minerals. Okay. So, Lynn is going to hand out a survey, and again, I can stay for a while, but I want you to do me a favor, okay? I want you to fill out the survey and let me know what you thought of today's meeting. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you learn a few things? Okay? And hopefully you did.
I have to leave, but I want to stay.
Okay, well, you know what you can do? Do me a favor, fill out the survey, fax it to me. Get one of my business cards. Okay, bye.
Hang on a second.
Oh yeah, okay. I can stay a little bit longer. Okay, yeah. If you would, fax me the survey, and on the bottom it says, yes, I'd like a free consultation with Dr. Joe. If you'd like to come into my office and set up a consultation, it's absolutely no charge, and we can discuss your specific health concern. Mark that off, and we'll give you a call to set up that appointment. It really is free, I promise. Can't lie to you guys.
May I ask you another follow-up question? I belong to CERT. They are recommending long-term food storage for about a
Yes.
week.
Uh-huh.
I have been trying to research long-term in cans,
Yeah.
as pure as possible, and I cannot find it. Do you know of anywhere?
I don't know of anywhere, but the problem with canned food, a lot of times they'll use bisphenol A in the lining of the cans. That being said, it's still better to use bisphenol A in canned beans than it is to freeze-dry beef with steroids, chemicals, hormones, antibiotics, or tranquilizers.
Can I talk to you after?
Yeah, okay.
Discussion, I'm not leaving.
Bill, Bart, John, other John.
Okay. And then also, this is a card with my radio shows on it. I'm on tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, so when you wake up, put on B98.5 and give me a show. But we're on about 4 or 5 hours every weekend. Yeah, so little handout those.
Is it Sunday mornings or?
Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. I was on this morning at 9 o'clock. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock on AM and FM. And then I'll be on 3 o'clock again on AM. And if you'd like to refer a friend or family member to, for a complimentary consultation, please feel free to do that, because the more people we can get healthier, the better this whole approach is going to be. Oh, you give up this blue cards? Yeah, no. So when you're done, please hand the surveys in to Lynn, she'll collect them.
Dr. Joe, does the fluoride
I would like another
that is added to before this gets into the water supply?
Yeah, because I had to bring them
Does it contain elements other than fluoride?
It contains other elements, it probably contains other elements in fluoride, but the problem was the original research on fluoride was done with calcium fluoride, and it actually showed it helps teeth. The fluoride in water is a byproduct of the steel industry, and it's sodium fluoride. Big difference in calcium fluoride. So it adds a lot. It probably has other stuff than fluoride, but either way, fluoride is bad enough as it is. Really? Okay. And fluoride is only effective in tooth decay. You put it on teeth, not the swallow. So.
That's right over there on, is that down more towards where the old bar was?
No, it's like,
More questions?
it's right where.
Any more questions for Dr. Joe?
Just make a right and step.
Joe, want to quickly on vaccines? If you go to the what?
The non-law?
The non-law, yes. If you go to the I think the Attorney General's website in Georgia, it clearly states you have to vaccinate your children by law unless you don't want to. So the law is very clear. You can pull it right off the website. If anybody says anything, hand them a copy of the I think it's from the Attorney General off their website, and then problem solved. Okay.
What about genetically modified wheat? Is that very easy to avoid? Is it
Organic can't be genetically modified by law. So if you're going to do it, you want to, if you have a concern, always buy organic.
And you stated that 90% of the food sold in the United States is genetically modified, so I would assume that just about every loaf of bread you're going to find is...
Well, 90% of all processed foods.
Processed foods.
Okay, so like if you buy an orange, not necessarily, but processed foods in packages, 90% is estimated to have some type of genetically modified family tree in it, yeah. It's challenging, but that's why if you fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds, mostly organic, you're fine. You live a whole lot longer too. If you just gave up dairy products, studies have shown you'll add 8 quality years to your life. Just dairy products, 8 years alone. Okay, that's not the other 6 deadly sins.
Do you think that allergies are maybe caused because the body rejects those substances and it's
That's a
unnatural?
whole, I think I did a radio show on that actually, yeah, because it's all these new foods that we as humans have never been exposed to.
Do you have radio stations posted on the
It's
internet?
on my website too, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they're all there.
Is it safe to assume in the produce section that if it's not organic, that it's genetically modified?
No, in the produce section, great question. Look on the label that everything has on it. If it has a 9, it's right now. 9 means organic. 8 means genetically modified. If it only has 4 numbers, it means it's just conventionally grown. It's not genetically modified or organic. Okay?
What was the beginning of that part?
How do you know if something, if it's not organic, is it genetically modified?